Hey everyone, how are you all doing? Welcome back to the Love and Dubai Daily Live, where we bring you the big stories that everyone's been talking about. Is it a Wednesday? Is it a Sunday? It's very hard to know right now. I don't know about you, but I pulled myself out of bed like it was a Sunday, and then I realised we only have 2 days until the next weekend, so it's that little bit easier. Did you have a brilliant long weekend? Let me know where you're watching from. Let me know what you got up to. There was so much stuff going on this weekend. It was very hard to keep up. I tried to kind of go online this morning and see all the big stories, but there was just so much. Were you at F1? Were you at fireworks? I was around JBR 2 nights ago and I saw all the amazing fireworks. It was so beautiful. Of course, marking National Day weekend in UAE. I'm just going to flick on the live to see if anyone's saying good morning. Or have you done the really, really genius, smart thing, which is take these 2 days off and then have a really extended break? Because I feel like coming out of bed this morning, I was like, that's what I should have done. But here we are, how and ever, talking about all the big stories. There's one really adorable one. His Highness Sheikh Mohamed Bin Zayed Al Nahyan, Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi and Deputy Supreme Commander of the UAE Armed Forces. So of course during National Day weekend he attends many events, and this is one that it's a little bit heartbreaking, but then it goes full circle into a really warm story. So what happened was a young local girl, her name is Aisha Mohammed Al Mazrui. You can see it here. I'm not sure exactly of the time, but all the students are lined up with flags and they're all dressed up in beautiful local national dress, all for UAE National Day. And of course, when you have the ruler, Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi in your school, it's a very exciting moment. So she puts her hand out, and just at the very end, and you can see this video, it just misses the handshake. You can imagine kind of being in that position. She was heartbroken. And I think though that video, we have the full video here, that video went live, got shared, it went viral. And when the ruler of Abu Dhabi or the Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi saw that the video had gone viral, he actually went out to her home and met her specially. So how cute is that? So rather than her being upset, he made the huge gesture to go to her home. He met her family, took photos, and then he even tweeted about it after. So her day was made, and then we all got to share in the warm story. So that was just one of the really nice kind of local National Day stories that went around. I think everyone, even residents, I've been here maybe, how many years have I been here? 6 or 7 years. And it's a feeling of patriotism for UAE National Day that everyone has here. I don't know about you, but there was lots of social media posts about everyone saying they felt like this is home. So tell me what you got up to this weekend. And we're going to move on to our next story. Were any of you at F1? Good morning, Alan. How are you doing? Alan's saying hi. How are you doing? Where are you watching from, Alan? Our next story, moving on to, were you at F1? The mood there was incredible. We were lucky enough to be down there for 2 days. As always, the action is on the track as much as it is off the track. Lewis Hamilton stormed home on the final day. As usual, obviously one of the world's fastest drivers. Have you seen that recent Netflix, by the way, which is meant to be about race car driving? It's meant to be fantastic. I don't know if you've seen it. It's meant to give you kind of a proper insight, because a lot of people know the sport but they don't know much about it, but it's meant to be good. Anyway, so he ran home with it, and then on the final night, so really, really great performances throughout. And then the Killers were on the final night in the Do Arena, and they were fantastic. Brandon Flowers is the lead singer, and he's well known. He has been known for the last 2 decades. Phenomenal. But what happened was there was a guy with a sign at the very front saying, "Can I play the drums?" And then towards the end, they pulled him out of the crowd. His name was Ash. They brought him on stage, and it was just one of those huge moments. You can see it beside me. He turned out to be absolutely amazing. The whole crowd, if you were there, you could feel it, because he obviously just was not expecting it. He looked a little bit nervous at the start, and then he got into the song and he played a full tune with them. And Brandon Flowers at the end was just like, wow, like it was so great. You can see it here beside me, and it was just one of those kind of beautiful crowd moments. And yeah, I'm so glad we got the video of it, because if you weren't there, you may not have known about it. But this guy's name is Ash. If you know him, we'd love to actually hear what he thought about it after. So we're not sure if he lives here in the UAE, or maybe if he flew in for the Killers concert. He was clearly a big fan because he knew the tunes. But yeah, that was one of those unreal moments, which doesn't happen all the time. So very memorable moment for Ash, we think. Moving on to our final story. Guys, this morning, Fest Exp was just announced for 2020. Usually what happens for Fest Exp is they kind of maybe like dish it out over 2 days. But for some reason this morning it was all brought together, and the lineup is incredible. I cannot be more excited about this. This is happening on February 6th and February 7th Usually takes place in Dubai Media City Amphitheatre, so I'm just going to guess that it's going to be there again. Love that venue and love the performers this year. They have not gone small at all. Machine Gun Kelly is coming, Stormzy is coming, Bastille is coming, and the one and only Martin Garrix, the world's top DJ, is going to be here as well. Unbelievable. They're the 4 big lineup announced this morning, and as far as I'm aware, tickets are going on sale today in the next hour or two at 10 a.m. Brilliant for Christmas presents if you're going. Either get one day. It's very hard to choose actually. Machine Gun Kelly, Stormzy, Bastille, Martin Garrix. I don't know. Are you going both days? One day? Probably both days, I think. Usually you try and pick one, but yeah, I guess it depends on how they'll flip it, but it sounds like a really big lineup, and that's just to look forward to. We've so much to look forward to. And of course, by the way, Sevens is this weekend, and Seoul DXB, and Dubai Muscle Show, and Dubai Active. So much happening in Dubai. Love this time of year. We'll be back tomorrow morning, same time, same place, with more top stories. Bye.